What's going on? Are you somebody looking to purchase a new laptop, but you don't quite know exactly which one you should get? Well, I'm here to help you go through a 3-step or 4-step process that I have that I go through whenever I make purchases on my laptops or any type of electronic device in general. So, here we go. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're choosing the right laptop, right? So the first thing you're going to want to make sure is if price is an issue. So if price is an issue, it's not that big of a deal. You're just going to have to figure out what your price budget is, and then you're going to have to apply all these other steps after. And I know what you're thinking. I'm literally trying to teach you how to pick a laptop. It's kind of self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised how many times I get asked myself from friends and coworkers, "Hey Will, how do you pick a laptop? Like, what's the best laptop?" And that's a very wide variety question. Like, what's the best laptop? It's like different. It's like, what's the best style of clothes? It's like everybody has their own style and everybody has their own needs. So first and foremost, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out what exactly you're going to be using your laptop for. So when I say this, I mean, like, are you going to be using it for video editing? Are you going to be using it for gaming? Are you going to be using it for just everyday use? So these are things you're going to want to think about. And once you've come up with this decision, or maybe you're going to want to have to just use it for a little bit of everything. So all these things will play a part when picking a laptop. So that's the first thing you want to do. Alright, so the second thing you're going to want to make sure you do is figure out the features and utilities. So when the first thing that comes to my mind is Wi-Fi straight off the bat and Bluetooth. A lot of times people will buy laptops, especially the gaming laptops, and not just laptops, but they'll buy something that's gaming and it will only require the LAN and Ethernet ports. So then they have this issue of having to run the Ethernet all the way through the house, or they also don't have Bluetooth connectivity. So this is an issue whenever maybe you want to play with your controller, you're trying to connect your controller. It's not connecting because you don't have a Bluetooth card. So these are things you want to think about. You don't want to just think about what you're using it for, but how you're using it. So get together some ideas of how you would use it, like also ports. Like, you want to make sure you have enough ports so that way you don't have to buy a whole another docking station to plug your laptop up to. It's very unnecessary. You could buy a laptop for the same price with more ports if you had just done a little bit more research. So that's the second thing you want to do, is figure out how you're going to use it, not just what you're using it for. Alright, number 3. So once you've figured out all these things, you're going to want to start browsing on the market. Start looking for, if you have a price range, start looking for things that you want to start dialing it down. You want to start coming up with a couple, maybe 2 or 3 choices that you want to pick from. And then you can start weighing in like aesthetic things, like, does this laptop look better? Do you like this keyboard better? Things that kind of are preference to you and that are going to make or break the laptop. Does maybe this laptop have a USB-C and this one doesn't? Is this one got a little bit better specs than this one? And that's another thing. Specs. You want to make sure you look into your specs. So do some research. Like, don't just buy a laptop because they say that it's good for gaming and it has gaming on it. Just because somebody slaps gaming on the box or on the laptop does not mean it's necessarily for gaming. Any computer can run a game, but that does not mean that you are going to be able to perform the game that you want. So if you're trying to play maybe GTA, for example, look up the PC requirements for that. Is the laptop that you're trying to purchase going to meet the requirements for that game? Or it's going to meet the requirements for Premiere Pro so you can edit your 4K videos or your HD videos, your 60 FPS videos. Think about these things before you just purchase something. So do a little bit of research. That's going to be step number 4 here, is do some research. Think about it and then start comparing your options. So after you've looked out through all your options, start comparing them, and then we'll get into the next thing, which is finally making a decision. So when you're going to go make a decision, you want to weigh in all the things that I've just told you, and you want to pick your best option. So you could do a pros and cons list if it's this important to you. Me, I just think about all the things that I need, like all the things that I just listed and mentioned, and then I just decide off of that. So personally, me, on this laptop that I have right here, I'm not going to tell you exactly what the laptop is. I'm going to give you a full overview, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I picked this laptop and my thought process. I'm going to use all the steps that I just told you on how I got this laptop. So if you're kind of interested in my mindset going through and picking this laptop for me, then I will, if I was you, I'd keep watching to the end of the video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about my thought process in purchasing this particular laptop. Alright, so straight off the bat, like I said, step number one, I had like I told you and I mentioned earlier, if you do have a price or a budget, figure that out. So me personally, I had a budget. My budget was around $400 to $450. So that's what we went with. So we made sure not to go over that budget. We tried to stay under, and that's kind of what our methodology was. So this HP laptop is model 15Y and some other numbers that I don't remember, but I'll give you a link or a picture of it right here. And the reason I picked this was because I'll tell you my thought process. So the first thing is what I'm using it for. So what I'm using this laptop for was essentially just mainly basic tasks, doing my schoolwork, doing Cisco Packet Tracer, watching YouTube videos, learning, taking a little bit of notes. No gaming, no video editing, none of that stuff. So the price point on this bad boy was $400.51. So for $400.51, I got 2 USB ports. I got an HDMI port, a USB-C port, which comes in handy, which is really nice whenever I'm trying to charge my phone or anything. And it comes with an i3. This is really good, so whenever I'm trying to open up Cisco Packet Tracer and have it run, it's not anything. Cisco Packet Tracer is not overwhelming for my i3. And it also had the 8 gigs of RAM that I was looking for that I needed to run my Cisco Packet Tracer. I also do run PyCharm on here to do a little bit of programming stuff as well, but that's nothing. Those PC specs that I researched on, they absolutely are good enough to run those things. And like I said, so I thought about what I was using it for, then I thought about how I was going to use it. I knew I was going to need at least 2 USB ports. That's what I have. Its charger is fine. It charges fine. I even came with an additional HDMI port. I probably won't use that very often, but I do have it if needed, just in case maybe the screen goes bad or something. I can plug it into something to try and troubleshoot it, but the odds of that is probably pretty low. And I also do have the USB-C, so I can charge my phone if need be. It's pretty sleek. I like the way, whenever I was trying to compare it with the other laptops in the store, while also I was keeping in mind price, I started to open the laptop up and I started to look at the screen. I started to play around with it, and what really caught my attention was I enjoy the way a keyboard feels. If the keyboard doesn't feel good, then I'm literally sausage fingering all over it. I can't even type my own name if the keyboard to me does not feel good. So when I first started typing on this laptop, keyboard felt amazing. I really liked the way it was designed, sleek, smooth, and to me it was a preference that I really enjoyed. So like I said, we talked about what I was going to use it for, how I was going to use it, and then I did a little bit of research, and that's pretty much the methodology that I just gave you. And then I started to compare after I did my research. So like I told you, I compared it between the way the aesthetics was, and because all of those that were in my price point were pretty much only 2. I was this one and another one, like an Asus Chromebook or something, and I just really like the specs on this. I know Intel's a little bit more reliable, and that's something that I just enjoyed. So that's what I went with. I went with this $400.51 HP laptop, and that's essentially how you decide what kind of laptop you're gonna pick. So I hope this video helped you. You can take it next time you go shopping. Don't just buy things. Don't just buy things. Don't like it. Do your research. Watch this video. Use it. It's literally a 3 to 4 step method that you can use the next time before you go to purchase a laptop. And you use the same methodology when you're purchasing a desktop too as well, or anything honestly. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want you to guys, if you can, please join the Discord down below. I like to talk to you guys, interact with you guys, get to know you, because you guys support me and I appreciate that. And you guys are my fans, and I just want to talk to you and get to know you guys a little bit better. Along with that being said, you guys know I do PC builds, so if you're interested in that, click the website down below, enter out that form on the custom PC page, and you can get a custom PC built, and I'll even show it on the channel, me building it. Also, I do a non-profit with kids, so I give kids a gaming experience through PCs and consoles. So what I do is I take in any type of peripherals, keyboards, mice, things like that, and I also take in any type of dollar donation, and I put all these things together, PC parts as well, put all of it together, and I am able to create some type of gaming console or PC
so that way I can give it to a kid that his parents maybe could not afford, or it's just a gift. Because I know if you remember being a kid, or if you are a kid now and you do have some type of gaming electronic, you enjoy that thing. That thing takes your mind at ease. Like when you're playing games, you're not worried about the world. You're just having fun. Dopamine is sourcing through your veins, and you're just having a good time. And I just want to give that to kids, because I remember as a kid myself, I enjoyed it and I loved it. And that's pretty much all I wanted to mention. Don't forget to put the notification bell on, so that way every time I upload a video, you guys get a notification. That way you knowing I uploaded. So, like I said again, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.